Right now, Texas Congressman Louis Gohmert says he's quarantining himself after testing positive for coronavirus. He was diagnosed yesterday because he was going to meet with the president. It's the only reason he found out. Just one day after attending a House Judiciary Committee meeting with the Attorney General, where Gohmert openly flouted mask rules. And when Politico writer Jake Sherman first broke the news about Gohmert's diagnosis, he got a letter from someone in the congressman's office saying, "Jake, thank you for letting our office know Louis tested positive for the coronavirus. When you write your story, can you include the fact that Louis requires full staff to be in the office, including 3 interns, so that we could be an example to America on how to open up safely?" When probing the office, you might want to ask how often people were berated for wearing masks. So Jake took Twitter asking any Republican staffer who was forced to come to work without a mask to get in touch with him. And did they ever? Administration aides and senior officials reached out saying they feel they can't work safely during the pandemic, but that they too are being told not to wear masks. Jake Sherman, senior writer Politico, co-author of Politico's Playbook, joins me now. What have you been hearing, Jake, from the folks that have reached out to you after you sort of put out this call?
A few things, Chris. Number one, across the Capitol, we know, not from sources, because we see it with our own eyes because we work in the Capitol as reporters, congressional reporters, that Republican members of Congress don't wear masks as frequently as Democratic members. Not a partisan statement. It's a statement of reality. I've gotten emails from across the Capitol, people with comorbidities, pre-existing conditions, in other words, who are forced or heavily encouraged, let's say, to go into the office during this pandemic and who are chided for wearing masks. You just had before our edition of Playbook PM, our afternoon edition this afternoon, in which we talked about Robert Lighthizer, the U.S. trade representative, also a Republican in the president's administration, who's traveling back and forth to Palm Beach, not wearing masks in the office, and his staff feels like they need to come in. It might not be said directly, but that's the feeling they get. And Chris, here's the important point to keep in mind. In Washington, you get jobs based on your previous job. It's not always a meritocracy, or maybe it's a certain kind of meritocracy, but if you don't have someone vouching for you, you're not going to get a job. So you're incentivized, heavily incentivized, to listen to your boss, even if they're telling you something that's not in your interest, but is in their interest.
I mean, what's so striking about this to me, we have noted that Fox News, for instance, has a bunch of hosts who like to go on and talk about how the virus is not as bad as the flu, yada, yada, but that they're all broadcasting remotely. And Fox News puts out these HR memos saying, don't come into the office. And there's a certain kind of obvious hypocrisy there. In this case, it's not hypocrisy. I mean, Louis Gohmert is living his values, I guess, in forcing his office mates and the people that work for him to do it. But it makes me think that they really don't think all the science is true, that they have really bought into this idea that this is all a hoax, which to me is maybe more unnerving.
Yeah, they have. I mean, many of them do not believe that masks. I mean, Louis Gohmert said he got the coronavirus when he started wearing a mask. This isn't a vague proposition. He has said this directly. And again, it flies in the face of everything we know about this virus. And he's not a scientist. He's a lawyer and a member of Congress, but he's not a scientist. So he has no idea how the virus spreads, and he has no clue. And he's putting people's lives at risk. But I'll be honest with you, Chris, both parties have a little bit of, I don't want to say blood on their hands, but dirt on their hands, because Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell have decided to not test members of Congress. It's the most absurd thing I have seen in my 11 years covering Congress, that they're forcing members of Congress to come back to the Capitol and to fly in from all across the country, and they're refusing because they consider it to be bad optics. They're refusing to test members of Congress, just like you're tested at the White House. I've been to the White House many times. You get a quick nose swab. You're 15 minutes later, you find out if you're positive or negative. That's how Mr. Gohmert found out. The Capitol could adopt those practices. The administration has said, we will give you the machines. We have them. They've said, no, it's not a sustainable position. We're not supposed to take positions in my side of the business, Chris, but I'm taking this position here because I have to go to the Capitol every day, and it's dangerous for my family. It's dangerous for other workers' families that they are not getting tested. We're around people who are not getting tested all the time.